Welcome back to another Pokemon Falling Friday, home of the OG weekly market updates, where every Friday morning we go through last week's sales of sealed Pokemon products and Pokemon cards that are currently going down in price. And we do also cover any big Pokemon news that cards are set to get revealed. And we do have to do the question of the day. So for today's question, what is your all-time favorite grass Pokemon? We do have to give a quick thanks to our video sponsor real quick, and that is Metatcg. I did all the research, and I found us the best possible website for you guys to sell your bulk or trade it in for some super rare cards. Could be Pokemon, Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh! The cards do have to be near mint, but they make it so easy to do the Pokemon bulk submission. You just put exactly how many cards you have, and they even have a video showing you how to package up everything. They streamline it all. So definitely check them out. I'll have all the links in the description. And then next weekend, Denver, April 10th through the 12th, I will be at Trading Card Con. It's going to be a big show. Coop, Beard Dad, a ton of other YouTubers are going to be there, so definitely swing by. You can click my link in the description for that. Use the code PokeBeard. You'll get $5 off your tickets. And of course, my PSA link, Beard25, get $25 off your first submission. And tag now, you can use the code Beard10 and get 10% off your first submission. All right, let's hop to it. We got PokeBeach. So English Mega Darkrai EX set coming in July. So if you really think about it, that's going to be 3 sets in a row that obviously we don't know what's in this set. But perfect order, very small set, not a ton of people love it. And then we got Chaos Rising, another small set. It does have Greninja as the mascot, but we've kind of already seen what's going to be in the set because it's basically the same set as we got in Japanese. Again, not the craziest set. And then we got Darkrai. So especially Mega Darkrai. Darkrai is not the most popular legendary Pokemon. So this could be 3 average sets in a row. But of course, we still do have the 30th, and it says, this will be the set after Chaos Rising on May 22nd. This will be the 5th main English Evolution set. Will release on Friday, July 17th. While we don't know its name yet, the set should be our equivalent of Japan's Abyss I, which features Mega Darkrai EX, and also releases on May 22nd. But the set after that in September is going to be a Mega Rayquaza set, so that should be an absolutely crazy set. And this Darkrai set could be crazy too. We have no idea what's really going to be in it. All right, let's get to it. We got the Perfect Order Booster Pack, so now this set is fully released. This was at $11. Now last sold $6.45, so we got 18 of them. Korean at $2.25. Otherwise, most of them are at $6. Next, we have the Booster Bundle. I got 2 of these. One of mine was completely crushed. I opened it, and I pulled the cheapest illustration rare, but he's got a killer stash, so I wasn't too mad about it. This was at $88. Now last sold $42. 38, and a couple at 33. Next, we have the Perfect Order ETB. This is at $145. Now last sold $95, $75, $65, $74. And we have the Perfect Order Pokemon Center ETB dropping fast. This was at $390. Now last sold $138, $132, $131, $125. And we have the Perfect Order Booster Box. This is at $249. Now last sold $199, $202, $205, $195. And we have the Chaos Rising regular ETB on TCG Player. This is pre-order. This is at $155. Now last sold $131, $138, and $129. And Pokemon Center ETB, we got a sale at $245, $200, $299, and that's Canadian. And we got the Chaos Rising Booster Box. Last sold a bunch at $275, a couple at $250, $260. Next, we have Prismatic Evolutions, dropping pretty hard. It was going crazy there for a minute, because you got to think, this ETB was at 134, down to 100, we get a reprint back up to 136, dropped down to like 110, and then it went wild, all the way up to $212, and now last sold 180, 178, 173, 175, so we got 10 of them at that price. But that happens every time. When a boxer card just goes crazy, it's always going to come back down, level out, find its new spot. Next, we have the Prismatic Evolutions SPC. This went all the way up to $390. Now last sold $310, $315, $312. And we have the new Mega Evolution promo. So here's the Rowlet. This was at $8, went up to $15. Now last sold $9, $7, $6. Next, we have the Chimchar. This was at $11, went down to $7. And all last sold now is right about $8. And we got the Poplio. This was at $8, dropped down to $6.50. Now that's sold $7.30, $7.40. So these are just going to be bouncing all over the place. Next, we have the Piplup. This was at $12. Now last sold $16 and one at $15. And we got the Turtwig. This was at $11, went up to $13, and now last sold all at $9.99. Next, we have the Litten. I feel like Litten is such an underrated starter Pokemon. This was at $8, now went up to $11, and now last sold $8, $7, and $9. And we got the Gen 1 starters here. We got Squirtle. This is at $30, went up to $35, and now last sold $31, $33, and $32. And we got the Bulbasaur. Same thing, was at $23, went up to about $29, now last sold $26, $24, and $25. And the Charmander, doing work. Was at $26, and now last sold $38, $36, $35, holding pretty strong at that price. And the box is still about $55, which sucks because that is pretty expensive. Next, we have the Pink Mew EX promo. This went all the way up to $83. Now last sold $73, $79, $70. And we have the new Tyrunt promo. This is from Mega Evolution Perfect Order ETB. Pretty adorable card. I love these, dinosaur type Pokemon. This was at $11. Now last sold $5, $6, and this is the regular one. Here is the Pokemon Center one. Was at $41, dropped down to $38. Now last sold $45, $40, $39, $43. And now we have Perfect Order. But yeah, you can really see how small this set really is. There's only 11 illustration rares. So we got the Probopass. This is what I pulled. Market price $1.31. The Drapion, market price $1.55. Spoopa, $2.89. Talonflame, $3.47. Raticate, $3.73. I think this Raticate is super clean. And we got the Doublade at $4.31. The Aurora's at $5. Super excited about that. I'm definitely going to get a 10 in that card too. Got the Esper at $6.51. Dedenne, only $7. Rowlet, $7.90. Clefairy, $35. And we have the SIRs. Again, only 6 SIRs. This set is very small. So we got the Jacynth, market price $28. Mega Clefable, market price $70. Mega Starmie, market price $75. Rose's Encouragement, market price $80. The Mega Zygarde, market price $104. And I called that. I was like, there's no way the Zygarde is going to be more expensive than the Meowth. But yeah, market price for Meowth is $143. And here is the gold card. Still pretty expensive because this card is tough to pull. Was at $188, dropped down to $184, and now last sold $180. $179, $188, $182. But, this card is probably going to drop some more, to be honest. All right, getting into some illustration rares here. We got the Dracloak from Ascended Hero, still slowly dropping. Last sold 15, 17, 13, and 16. And we got the Dreepy also dropping. Last sold 15, 21, 14, 18, 17. Next, we have the Psyduck from Ascended Heroes. This thing just keeps going up and down. Was at 94, dropped down to 62, went up to 79. Now last sold 71, 69, 68. And we have the Nidoking from 151. This is at $22 or $23. Now last sold 21, 20, 19. Pretty much every 151 card is starting to retrace a little bit. Here's the Psyduck from 151. Was at $75. Now that sold 50, 55, 53. Got one at 25. I'm guessing that's Japanese. Got a couple at 47, 48, and 45. It's getting cheap. Next, we have the War Turtle. This was at $79. Last sold 60, 59, 58, 65. And the Charmeleon. Still dropping. Was at $100. Now last sold 75, 77, 69, 68. So when these cards, drop even more and completely settle out, that's going to be a decent time to pick these up because these could definitely go up in price again. Especially 151 is such a small set. It's not that hard for people to try to manipulate it and stuff. So I guarantee it's just going to keep happening. Here we got the Pikachu at $88. Now that sold 78, 79, 77. And the Bulbasaur from 151 was at $104. Now 78, 102, 78, 80, 89. Next we have Charmander, was at $157. Now last sold 99, 100, 101, 96. And the Squirtle was at $140. Now last sold 98, 102, 95. And we got some SIRs. Here's the Alakazam at $93. We got sales now at $76, $82, $83. And we got the Pheasantipity. This card is super, super beautiful in person. Like that pink really, really pops. And I actually don't mind these legendaries. So this is at $159. Now that's sold $84, $88, $82. Next, we have the Zapdos from 151 was at $143. Now that's sold a bunch of Chinese. We got one at $105, $106, $107. One high one at $131, otherwise about $110 on average. Next, we have the Venusaur. Was at $159. Now last sold $140, $125, $139. Still holding pretty good value. And we got the Blastoise trying to hang on. Was at $225. Now last sold $155, $160, $165. And the Charizard. This is at $488. Now last sold $465, $402, $439, $399. Let's see what we can get this one shipped for. So from pretty new sellers, but at least 100%, you can get it for $400. But again, I would not be buying $400 cards without pictures. Like, that's just crazy to me. Next, we have the Mega Charizard X from Phantasmal Flames. Was at $824. Now last sold $710. We got a PSA 9 at $820, otherwise $775. Moderately played at $494. Another one at $799. A couple at $500. Might be Japanese. But I think Japanese might be a little more expensive than that. Got a couple at $500. I'm going to guess is probably Korean or something, because I think the Japanese is a little more expensive than that. Next, we got some gold cards here. We got the Mega Dragonite EX from Ascended Heroes. Was at $522. Now last sold $276, $275, $272. And we have the gold Mega Charizard Y. It's just lightly played. This was at $673. Now last sold $431, $438, $429, $419. And we have the Mega Charizard X from Phantasmal. Was at $389. Now that's sold $333. $268. That seems pretty low. The rest are all right around $330 to $340. And we have the gold Mega Lucario EX from Mega. Was at $310. Now last sold $260, $257, $255, $220. The Gardevoir is still the same price. And we're going to end on the new Japanese set Ninja Spinner, which is going to be our Chaos Rising set. I'm just going to run through a couple of these prices real quick. We got the Tauros, market price $750. Frogadier, market price $10. Xerneas, $10. Ampharis, $10. Froakie, $12. So we got the Full Art Mega Greninja at $39. AZ's Tranquility at $40. Got the Chinchino at $47. Roxy's Performance at $54. The Mega Greninja SIR market price $305. And the gold card is the most expensive at $501. I think that'll be a really cool gold card for us. I think that'll do probably a lot better than the Gardevoir and the Lucario, in my opinion. Even though the set is a bit smaller, so it's going to be a little bit easier to pull, but still, I think this Greninja is going to go crazy. And I'm still iffy on this Greninja right here. I got to see this thing in person and really compare it to the Twilight Masquerade one. I do like the colors and everything, but yeah, I really got to see this one in person. Let me know down below, do you guys like this Greninja better or the one from Twilight Masquerade? It's a tough one for me. But all right, that was today's Pokemon Flying Friday. If you guys like this content and want to stay ahead of the market, please make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a like and comment. And if you guys want to support more, you guys can check out my Instagram, my TikTok, Facebook, YouTube membership, all that. You guys know what to do. You guys are the best. But all right, I want you guys to have a great day. And if you guys want to watch my last Pokemon Throwback Thursday, where we look at an actual set that is not good, and then we check the best Raichu cards in Pokemon history, and even talk about how we're probably going to get some new Raichu cards coming soon, click this video here. Otherwise, we'll see you next time.